What's up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today is going to be a rant once again from my Instagram DM box at Russo Lifts. Follow me on Instagram, support the IG, and you might be able to find some cool stuff on my IG profile anyway. Today I'm going to be talking about my biggest pet peeve, and that is cycling blind. Now personally, I'm a very micro-focused person, so if I want to do something, I try and learn as much as I can about it before I do it. Kind of weigh out the risk to rewards, what possible risk I may face, and is the reward worth it? And just kind of weigh everything out, be well researched, and not jump into things too quickly until I have a good knowledge base and understanding of what I'm about to do. When I got into my tarantulas, so I have 3 pet tarantulas if you haven't been on the channel. I watched probably hundreds of videos on tarantulas and looked up care sheets on tarantulas, and then I picked the tarantulas that were like beginner tarantulas, and then I worked my way up and I have a Poecilotheria regalis now, which is much more advanced Indian ornamental spider to keep, which is much more difficult to keep. Now, if I just bought the Indian ornamental because it looked sick right off the bat and got bit, I could be in the hospital for 2 days. So, yeah. Want to be researched. Same thing with gear or androgen, SARMs, whatever. Too many people come into my DM box saying, Russo, I'm on this. Like, what do you think? Like, what dosages should, already started it. And, I asked, did you get pre-bloods done? No. Do you have AIs to control the estrogen from all the estrogen conversion? What do you mean? It's test. Yeah, well, test converts the DHT or estrogen, so you need something to offset all the excess estrogen you're about to flood into your body because you're number one fat, so you're going to have even more an aromatization than a skinny person who's already in shape using gear. So you would need more AI, but you don't even have an AI. And what do I take after? So they don't even have PCT either, or anything to take after. Not even a SERM, like anything. They just think cold turkey come off is the way to go. First off, just stop. Gear, in my opinion, was a massive decision for me. Massive decision. Where I weighed out risk, reward, and really sat down and thought about it personally. It blows my mind that dudes just jump into the deep end, the dark side, the darkest of the dark side, into the heavy compounds, the androgenic compounds, right off the bat, and have no idea biochemically what they are doing to themselves, first off. And they're just they think the bodybuilding coaches all do this. I've had so many people DM me with a bodybuilding coach who knows jack shit about science when it comes to synthetic androgens or bodybuilding chemistry in general, and they're just looking to slap the nastiest cycle on this kid just to get the quickest results so he can post the before and after. But you really don't want that shotgun approach. Trust me, you want slow, consistent enhanced gains where you slowly taper up. That way you're not, taking 5 steps forward, 6 steps backwards, especially with your blood work, and playing that yo-yo effect. Not to mention, you only have a certain amount of androgen receptors when you first start out, so there's absolutely really no point in using these monster dosages and copying these much bigger people you see in the gym. I don't know where the people get these cycles from. I mean, some of these cycles just make me look like a natty. It's insane. And when you look at their physiques, no offense to them, but people make fun of me. People talk shit on me all around the world for looking like shit for being enhanced. And these cycles are quadruple what I have ever even thought of using, and they don't look like me. So, yeah. People need to slow down with the gear. Normally, the thing for me is the food that holds me back, is getting in the amount of calories and the sleep that holds me back personally, because I have trouble sleeping. I have like insomnia from my years of doing YouTube when I was back in freshman year of college, where I would do YouTube till like 3 in the morning, and I've really never gone out of that. Like, I've always wanted to be up at night. It's weird. But always plan out your cycle. Don't jump into the deep end. You know, the reason, you know, SARMs are much easier to PCT and walk away from than real gear. And test is a lot easier to PCT from than something like Trend or Ment or Deca. But people are jumping into pretty serious cycles right off the bat. And I mean, I'm not the person, you guys can throw heat at me all the time saying, you know, you jumped in too soon. Like, it's insane. It's to a point where I am legitimately confused on what people are thinking they're going to get out of these monster cycles. You can only put on muscle mass so fast. Okay, your myostatin is still the limiting factor. So if you're jumping into grams, it won't matter. You're not going to gain really any more muscle than if you just took a simple cycle, monitored your bloods, be a lot healthier, and it wouldn't be this insane risk. And also, do your research on ancillaries and know what ancillaries you need before you jump into it, because you're going to be playing catch up. Those levels are already getting stacked as you're waiting in the mail for your estrogen blocker to come, or whatever the fuck your caber to come. The cycle is not the reason why these people look like that. It's the years of cycling, genetics, food, and training. It's a combination. It's not all enhancement and biochem. You need to mix it in. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire, like I said. If there's not a big fire, why do you need a fuck ton of gasoline that you're just going to put out the fire? Like, it's annoying, okay? These cycles have gone too far, and I see just insaneness, and I'm legitimately concerned, because when I first started researching into gear and stuff, okay, this is like way back when I was Little Russo, before SARMs, when I was just interested in supplementation, PEDs, and enhancement. The dosages now are double of what I used to read back in the day on the cycles. And it's not going to end well if you're consistently cruising at these dosages. It is going to have dramatic implications on your health. Whereas the much more milder cycles, you do have a chance, like, you can get your bloods in check after, or your bloods will be slightly skewed, but you'll be able to offset it with lifestyle changes, dietary changes, supplementation changes. I mean, still not healthy, obviously, but like these monster dosages, yeah, that, and especially with like tests and stuff, because that's not selective, that's binding to everything, just saying. So tone it down on the cycles. It's not all about just the cycles. Trust me, it's more about the food, sleep, recovery, and then destroying yourself in the gym to take advantage of that extra protein synthesis. So link this to someone who needs it. I will see you in my next video.